Hello everybody, I'm Russell Matthews and I'm back again with another Canadian benefit update for you. Most Canadians know that the first benefit that was ever introduced post-pandemic by the Canadian government was the CERB, or the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit, and that now it's expired and we're transitioning to the CRB, or the Canada Recovery Benefit. But just because our eyes have shifted over to the CRB doesn't mean you should stop thinking about your CERB eligibility and your applications that you've already put in. There's been some new information that's been subtly released by the CRA, and they just snuck it into a website update, and there hasn't been any news about it. And it has to do with CERB, that initial fund that was set up for Canadians to get support during the pandemic. And it's actually quite interesting because it seems like there's contradictory information on their very own website about what you can do with the CERB going forward into the future. So today we're going to take a look at that website and do a deep dive on what exactly those words could mean and how it could affect you. But before we do, if you're new to the channel, I just wanted to take a chance to say, hey, how's it going? It's nice to meet you. My name is Russell, and on this channel I post videos about business, investing, a little bit of real estate, and personal finance. The entire goal of the channel is to give as high quality information as possible to people like you, in hopes that they can use the information to set themselves up to live a better life in the future. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, or you just want to stay up to date with the CRB and the related benefits and all the news and constantly changing information that's coming out about that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm coming out with new videos each and every day, sometimes 2 videos, with all of the information you could possibly need about these benefits, so if you want to stay up to date, make sure you hit those buttons down there. And while you're at it, if you like the video at all, hit that like button. It's incredible how just one click of the mouse on that like button can share this video to hundreds of people who wouldn't have seen it otherwise. This could be a game changer for them because I know a lot of people are looking for this type of information. And with that said, let's find out exactly what this interesting information is that's going on with CERB these days. You might already know that in the past you could go to the CRA website or even Service Canada in order to get your CERB payments. Up until recently, you could even go to the CRA website to apply for periods that had already passed. There was a whole sort of drop-down menu where you clicked the button and it showed you all of the periods you could potentially apply for. You clicked one and clicked submit, and that was pretty much it. You'd have your money pretty quickly. But now what's being reported is that they've closed these applications for all the past months except for the most recent period. That was the one that ended right around September 27th when we started being able to apply for CRB, or at least we will be able to apply for CRB dating back to that day. It makes sense that they leave this one open just so that people who didn't have a chance to apply right away are still able to get this money that they would otherwise be entitled to. From what I previously understood, the way it worked was that if you didn't apply for any of those periods in the past, you're just out of luck right now. Unless you're applying retroactively for the most recent CERB period, all those other prepayments aren't able to be collected by you. However, I've been getting some comments that some of my subscribers who have called in to the CRA on the phones have talked to some agents who have seemed to suggest that you might be able to apply for some other periods and not just the most recent period. Now, based on the information I've seen before, that hasn't been the case, but I haven't been on the CERB website in a little bit, so let's take a closer look to make sure that you can only apply for the most recent period and not all of the periods from before. To get all of our information today, we're going to make our way over to the CRA website. This is the best place to get all of the info that you need about these benefits in text format. You can see information about the CRB, CERB from the past, the CRSB, the CRCB. As a recap, those last 3 are the newer benefits, the CRB, the CRSB, and the CRCB. First one's Canada Recovery Benefit, you know it, Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit for people to take time off work, and Canada Recovery Caregiver Benefit if you need to stay home to take care of somebody for COVID-related reasons. This is where I get a lot of my information, so whenever something changes on here, I make sure to update you guys with it because it could mean some potential changes for you and your money. I want you to always be as informed as possible when it comes to this stuff, so I'm happy to bring it here for you to get with a notification just like that, all the information you need. Come with me and we'll take a look. Okay, so I've navigated to the CRA website where they have their information about the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit. You'll see right here that the headline is Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB, is closed. But from the looks of things, that's not entirely true. Let's take a look at these 2 little updates that might give us some more information. The first one says the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. Okay, even though the CERB has ended, you can apply for a period retroactively. Okay, that's good to know. The CRA is continuing to accept and process retroactive applications for period 7, that's August 30th to September 26th, 2020, through the CRA's My Account or the automated toll-free phone line. Okay, so far this is pretty much in line with what I was saying before, that you can only apply for this most recent period. It's basically for people who kind of dropped the ball on that last week, or they wanted to wait to make sure they were actually qualified at the end of that period to make sure they were actually eligible to apply. Okay, makes sense. And here it says new recovery benefits. The new recovery benefits are available between the 27th of September 2020, September 25th, 2021. CRA will open applications for the CRSB and the CRCB on October 5th. We already know that. And the CRB October 12th. Okay, all information we already know. Let's see if anything mentions about any sort of ability to go back and apply for periods other than period 7 if you were actually eligible and you didn't apply. Okay, so we're gonna click here and see if there's any sort of information on this that we don't already know. Okay, this page sort of says it in a different way. The CERB has now ended. The CRA is continuing to accept and process retroactive applications for period 7. Okay, so they're consistent about period 7. And they're saying that you can apply for period 7 through the CRA's My Account or automated toll-free phone line. All right, yeah, these are the same numbers that you're going to call to apply for CRB. And this part's just saying that they are going to try to get it to you within 3 to 5 business days and 10 to 12 if you're just getting it in the mail. Okay, so far it seems like the information is consistent with what I knew before, which is that CERB is completely closed for the first 6 periods, but there's a small window right now where you can apply for that last benefit. There's also this link here on the page where it says you can transition to new COVID-19 benefits. So if we click that, okay, yeah, so it's just taking us and talking about all the new recovery benefits that we've been talking about over the past week or so. So yeah, it seems like they're completely shutting down the CERB. So unfortunately, some of the subscribers that have been claiming that agents have told them this, it sounds like they're probably wrong. Sorry guys, I still love you though. Unfortunately, if you had any periods that you ended up being eligible for during CERB, you're no longer able to apply for them. I can see how this could be frustrating for some people, because I know that there are some people out there that were eligible for CERB, but out of some moral standpoint, they didn't want to take money from the government that they didn't absolutely need. Now, as this pandemic is stretched on and on and on, people are needing some support. So is it really fair to penalize these types of people who were eligible all during CERB but opted not to take that money? Perhaps now, with the way things are going, they might need that money now. So should they be able to apply for it? Or do you think, hey, you missed your chance? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But my one key takeaway from this information is that if you were eligible for that last CERB period, which was October 30th to September 26th, then you should absolutely apply for it right now. Since the CRA has shut down all applications for those previous periods, there's no telling when they're going to randomly just choose a day that, hey, you can no longer apply for it. Too late. Sorry. For all intensive purposes, this is your last chance to get any CERB money. So do it now, because you never know, tomorrow it could be gone. That's the kind of frustrating thing sometimes with the CRA, is that they don't really have a great way of getting news or information out to you. They only update their website. I'm sure not many of you heard that they were closing all of these previous retroactive payments. So it's fair to assume that none of us are really going to know when this last period is going to close. If you have any friends that are eligible for that period, but they've kind of been dragging their feet on applying that last time, send them this video. They need to know that this opportunity could be gone tomorrow. But what do you think about all this? Did the CRA make the right call about closing off all of these CERB applications right away? My guess is that they were trying to save some of their own money. If they close it off, I guess those people didn't really need the money in the first place, so why would we give it to them? They're trying to save money because they're about to give out a whole bunch more money for the CRB. But was that the right call? Should they have left it open for these people who were eligible otherwise? Let me know down in the comments below. Should they have kept it open, or is it good they closed it? And if you found this video helpful or informative at all, make sure to hit that like button. Like I said before, just one click of that could get this information to that one person who really needs to know. And of course, if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm coming out with the most up-to-date information about all things Canadian benefits. We're covering CERB, we're covering the CRB, all of the other related benefits. So if you want to stay up to date and be the first one to know if anything changes about the money that you could be getting anything, make sure to hit those buttons. It's a super cliche news thing to hear, but you're gonna hear the story here first. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm loving making them and bringing this information to you, but I'll see you next time.